Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about Phylum Mollusca. If you remember about classification of animals, we say that we can divide them in vertebra and invertebrates. And further, we can divide invertebrates in different phylums. So, today we're going to talk about another phylum of invertebrates, which is Phylum Mollusca. That snails, slugs, and octopuses are going in that category. So, they are so much interesting. Be with me till the end of the lesson for getting lots of information about mollusca. So, starting with their body structure, we can say that they got soft bodies and they are bilateral symmetrical. This is an expression that we talked about this several times. We said whenever we cut them from internal part, so we can see we said whenever we cut them to two parts, that both parts would be identical. They are bilateral symmetrical. They are marine or freshwater livings, organisms, and also their internal structure is being called, or their internal organs being called, as visceral mass. It means whatever organs that they got inside their body is visceral mass. And also about their food, they got flat and muscular food. So basically, if we analyze their body structure, we can see that they have gills by which they are respiring or exchanging the gases. They got stomach, digestive gland, and their anus and intestine, so their digestion tract is completed. They got nerve ring and nerve course, which would be their nerve system, and also they got radula, which is a part of their digestive tract. And they got anus as well. They got a mantle, or a place which is secreting their out covering, that we are going to discuss about each part of it specifically. So, starting with the nerve system. They got a great diversity of their nerve, even though some of them are able to learn new stuff. We can teach them. As pets, we can teach them lots of things. So, they got a nerve ring, as you can see, and nerve cords coming out from the ring, or we can say connected with the ring. This is making their nerve system. About their skeleton, we can say that they got a hard shell. Their hard shell is containing calcium carbonate, which is being secreted from mantle and mental cavity. So as we can say, mental cavity, this cavity, and mantle, that green color structure, which is secreting that calcium carbonate in order to make their hard shell. About their respiration, we can say that they have gills and lungs. It depends on their lifestyle. If they are living inside water, if they are aquatic, they have gills. If they are terrestrial, they have lungs. So, in here we can see example of gills that they got. Gills are kind of respiratory organs which is able to absorb oxygen from the water. That in lungs, as we are possessing lungs, we are not able to absorb oxygen of the water. But animals which contain or which got gills, they are absorbing, or they can excreting oxygen from the water and using it in order to respiration. About their digestion and excretion, we can say that they got complete digestion system. And about their excretion, they got kidneys, like nephridia. So, their digestive system is starting with the mouth. They got radula or tongue, but the teeth-like structures are also included to that structure. And also they got digestive gland, digestive tract, intestine, and anus. And also about their excretory structure, they got kidney-like structure, which is just eliminating the waste products, by which they can excrete waste products as well. So, they got a tongue with the name of radula. So, as you can see, their tongue possesses some teeth-like structures. And how does it work? Whenever a snail wants to eat something, they are just taking their tongue out. With the help of that teeth-like structure, they can separate that food particles to the smallest portions ever, and they can swallow it and send it to the digestive tract, like digestive gland and tract, and after digestion they can move to the intestine and the waste can be excreted outside. About their reproduction, they have separate sexes. They got male and female. Internal and external fertilization can happen in these kind of animals. Examples of that animals are like Polylecophora, gastropods, bivalvia, and cephalopoda. Starting with the Polyplecophora, that they are segmented animals and they are marine. Like chitons are the main example of that kind of animals. The second is gastropods, or snails and slugs are main examples of that kind of animals. They might have some shell around them, and the shell might be coiled, as you can see, coiled, and they might have some tentacles. Their tentacles, at the tip of their tentacles, they got their eye spots by which they can see. And as I said, snails and slugs are the main examples of that kind of animals. And bivalvia, the next category, is the marine mollusk which is living in fresh water. Their body is comprised within two shells, hard shells, and they have hat-shaped food, and by which they can move. They are scavengers or predators, means they are using from other animals. They are hunting their other animals and they are eating that animals inside water. It can be fish and other small tiny living organisms inside water, and they can be filter feeder as well. And with the help of their muscular food that they got, they can attach themselves on a substrate, and they can be sizzle on some substrate with the help of their food. The last example is cephalopoda. So they are marine, they are living inside water, they are predators, they are getting food from other organisms, they are hunting them, their food their food are divided into tentacles. They got different tentacle structures which is making their food, and their foods got some sucker structures, as you can see. They're just grabbing their prey with the help of that suckers that they have got. They got a well-developed eye, and circulatory system is closed in these animals. Like squid and octopus would be the good examples for that kind of animals. So that was all about mollusk. I hope you learned something. Thanks for being with me till the end of the lesson.